the NYC tour project. So the NYC tour project is a little bit different for those of you in the travel and tourism class than it is the hospitality marketing class that I also teach. So the process was to start out by identifying a unique tour. So the unique tour was a place that wasn't on the list of 30 that I had posted, meaning you can't create a tour using the Statue of Liberty, using the Chelsea Market, using the Intrepid. Those are places that people are going to go to anyway. They don't need your help, nor are they going to pay you to take you there. Next, after you've created that first site, that should lead you towards other sites that could be similar, that could work with that site to create a full tour. So let's say that you identify, I'll use one of the top 30 that you're not supposed to use as an example. Let's say that you pick the Intrepid Space Museum. So you would think, okay, the Intrepid Museum, it's an aircraft carrier, it's military, it's naval, it's floating. So maybe you come up with a concept of military. So maybe you match that site with two other sites that are military related. One could be Governor's Island, which you can't get to in the winter, but if it was during the summer, you could bring people to Governor's Island, specifically to the fort on one side of the island, which dates back to the Civil War. So you could go to the Intrepid, you could go to the fort on Governor's Island, and then you could go to Battery Park. The reason why it's called Battery Park is because there was also a battery which was used to defend the southern tip of Manhattan against the enemy. So there would be 3 naval-related military sites that you could use as part of your tour. And if you're going to do this, one of the parts of this project is you're going to have to come up with a tour name that is reflective of that. So theoretically, you could say Battle Station New York City tour. And so that could be a reference to the Intrepid. That could be a reference to the Battery area of Lower Manhattan, as well as the fort at Governor's Island. You will create a press release that includes the tour name, that includes the 3 sites, that includes your company name, which should reflect you. So if your name is John, then your tour name might have John in it. It's not that important, but you do need to include your company information at the bottom of your press release. There's a whole video on the press release, so I'm not going to go into that too much. So in the press release, your tour name, company name, your 3 sites, so this would be the Intrepid, Battery Park, and Governor's Island Fort, whatever its actual name is, and then what you're going to charge for the tour. Remember that a press release is intended for the media so that they will talk about your product or service, in this case your tour, and so that if they write about it, then people will have interest in it, and then you can sell tickets to participate in your tour. Next part of the project, you are going to create a promotion plan. You have $1,000 to spend on promoting your tour, and this is where you're going to outline that. It's in bullet form, so you're going to say, I'm going to spend $50 on business cards, I'm going to spend $30 on this, I'm going to spend $150 on that. This is all promotion budget. It's not to build your tour. It's what are you going to spend within that $1,000 to get your tour concept out there to the public based on your target audience. Okay, and lastly, you're going to present your tour concept. Imagine as if you are selling it to me, and you're going to present it. You're going to introduce your tour company. You're going to introduce your tour name. You're going to share your itinerary. We're going to meet at 9 a.m. here. Then we're going to go to the first site. Then we're going to take a break. And then we're going to go to the second site. Then we're going to break for lunch. And you might provide some suggestions for where people can go to lunch. And then you're going to go to the third site. And then it's over. Okay, so you're going to present it as an itinerary. You can use a web page to create this. Squarespace has been very kind. They're going to allow us to use Squarespace as a way to demonstrate or to use during projects, and I'll provide more information about that. Within your presentation, you're going to share your pricing rationale in terms of why you're charging what you're charging, and if there's going to be any discounts, 10% discount for this, how you're going to sell it, etc. And then you're going to walk us through the promotion plan. That's all part of the presentation. And we'll present this after the 23rd of February for this winter semester for Monroe College Travel and Tourism. All right, so that's a little information about the tour project. If you have any additional questions, please reach out to me. Talk soon.